straight out sideways. So what happens is if you inject the negative in at the top, positive doesn't matter, it's right around. If you inject the negative in at the bottom, it does this all the way up to the surface. Everything's trying to get to the surface. Now, if you just put it in the top, it doesn't work the full length of the way down. So you have to put your negative in at the bottom. In this blue one, I've injected at the top, but I've run a wire straight down through the center of the negative and put it on the bottom.
And it's like an insulated wire.
Yeah, insulated wire.
And
it's sort of like this. It's insulated all the way to the bottom, and then it's hooked onto the bottom, right at the bottom, and then it works its way all to the top. If you hook it just in through the top, I've done it, you don't get half the production, half the bubbles. You will produce hydrogen, and you only get a few little bubbles, nothing. You've got to do it in certain positions. This here is totally by and figures, by putting neutral plates across that, cuts down to buggery on each one that goes through. It cuts down, halves the current input. So by rights, plain water should not produce one single bubble. Nothing. And you saw what that does.
Well, that's right, yeah.
And now, I can increase that threefold over by doing something else. Outside, positive. The one we had connected to negative before, we will now hook up to positive. So the center is positive. The outside is positive.
Negative, you mean?
Positive.
Oh, right, yeah, I see what you mean.
That's positive.
Yeah.
I bring this to the center wire, center one.
Yeah.
I then put negative to the center of those tubes. You want to see 3 times the production off the same plate? Have a look. Watch how the bubbles are. Look at the vapor. Look at the colouring. You're watching how quick it is. You got it? You watch. See how quick it is. Let's just go into the centre. That is not the way I do it. That charges your water awful quick. Might have been a bit of a bad connection. You can add charge to it if you want. This is plain straight water. Don't know why it must be the stuff in the water. It's pulling 10 amps. You shouldn't even pull half an amp on this. We'll grab some plain water. We'll build up because I always have the water right down.
Good old Bristol water.
Want to see the same? This is the one that runs the car. Has not been charged or put on this morning. It's plain, straight water. Hasn't had anything in it yet. No charge, no nothing. I'll drink the water. You ought to know what the water was. Pushes out the water else it doesn't want. Even under vacuum. It'll pull down to where it wants. Won't use any from there.
Right.
You go as far as you like on this stuff if your water's below where she can pull any down a hose. And you will not use, go around Australia if you want, won't use any water. Come back, still got the same water. If you go above where it's going to vacuum it out or push it out, you will use what it pushes out or use what will come out under vacuum or splash. You won't use any. You can keep topping it up as far as you want, whatever you want to do on top. Build it up, draw it out through vacuum. This has been on for as long as you heard so far.
Bloody hell.
Pull the eardrums if you're wondering. Very well. You'll see? Still lifting.
Yeah.
If you put your thumb over, very strange thing happens. The bubbles go back to the water. See? You want to come up closer and have a look? I'll put my thumb over, I'm going to build up bit first. Come over and have a look in.
I got you zoomed right in where I can.
Watch.
Yeah?
And we're getting a pretty good pressure, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Right. Nothing wrong with that. And how many tubes have you got inside one another there? In that
one negative, two neutrals, one positive outside.
Oh yeah. Like four.
Yeah.
Four.
Now, if your gas is no good, and you want to increase the performance of implosive gas and everything else, do that. Let it build up for a sec. Take your finger off.
Here we go again.
Hydrogen. Yellow flame. Got that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Want to change the gas? All you do is put your finger back over it again, or add plain, straight water. Clear bubbles.
Yeah.
Different bang.
Different bang altogether, yeah?
And watch your turn and everything else. That's all you do.
And that's 12 volts.
12 volts.
12 volts and 10 amps.
12 volts, 10 amps. Normally, without this pollutant, the cell is cold. Without the pollutants and everything else, I usually get half an amp on this, but this water's gone bad in the last couple of days. This cell yesterday was pulling 25 amps. I let it settle overnight. It's got some of the pollutants out. It's now pulling 10. If I leave it till tomorrow, put some charge in, leave tomorrow, we will go down on plain water down to half an amp, and I'll put out the same gas but more potent. That is plain straight water, a few bubbles there. Very, very, very potent. As soon as you get the minerals and shit, you've got a dirty water, you've got a hydrogen, you've got a yellow flame, you've got less bang, no air puller. Pressure. You come to a plain water, clean, good plain water, clear bubble, clear everything else, very bangy, very implosive ear pullers. Anyway, I'll leave that. If I feed back this machine here, over in. If I turn on, I can put 60 amps in and stay the same volts. That'll charge your battery if you want. I can go for a small bike battery right up to 5 batteries if you want.
Yeah.
You understand? You know what it's got? 10 amps. 10 volts on there.
Yeah.
11 volts.
And 60 amps.
That's
a supercharger.
That's sulfuric acid in a battery.
Yeah.
In water, or the sulfuric acid on the plates. Understand? It's pulling heaps and heaps and heaps of amps.
Oh yeah, yeah. But that would charge up real.
Well, I'll show you. We saw a minute ago that we had very low voltage, 12 volts and everything else on this. See what we've got there? And plug this on. Now, I've set it on boost, and you watch what I can put in. I can put in
55 volts.
55, 60 volts. Now, you want to see what I'm putting into the cell? That one after it's been charged. It's charged now.
Yeah.
What am I putting in? Half an amp. On plain water, and I'm still getting the same gas. if I come back, then still do the same.
Yeah.
I go to boost. I can put in less. This is a good machine. I can set it to anywhere I want. I've got it open so I can change things and get out whatever I want. We want to see. Over to this one again. And put it on. We can put in voltage, whatever voltage you want. Go to boost. We can go to 54, 50 some volts. Same gas, same everything else. Still get out the same way. Don't care about voltage. The more voltage I put in, the less I pull on the way I've set up my plates. The less I put in, the more I pull.
Yeah.
That's if I want to produce hydrogen, oxygen or gas or bubbles or anything else. But it's not what I do. It's not what I want to do. Go back to 1 and I do worse. It's however I want to set it up. Or I go just an ordinary battery. Do the same. If I put it on charge and go for a drive, I put water in the car. I should have been on the other video about me. Pull it to the top. Now, when I put this into there, and after you, I'll put a bit of charge into it. Now, you'll see the bubbles go into there off the cell as soon as it builds up the charge in here. Bubbles will go into there. They're very explosive. They're through a flash arrestor. If we can light them first off, doesn't matter. That water should, as the charged gas goes into it, should get that water out, which is plain river water, and pour it over the sides. Charge expands the water. As soon as we get the bubbles coming through.
Let me see.
We'll see if they are lightable straight off. Same cell. Doesn't matter.
No.
Different gas in there, what you want altogether. Straight through. We just lit this, we did nothing, just put the top on. But what's coming off there cannot be lit by it. Right?
Finding my...
Now we're changing over to inflated gas. Watch the flame and the match. No, no, some of the others do. So you've got 3 different kinds of gases there already.
Yeah.
One with the old flame, one with an installation that throws water at you, and the other one which is not lightable. All in the same.
All sorts of different cocktails.
One more don't light, one more puts it out. One more throws the water out. Inflation. All the same. That's what happens. I'll turn it. Where are you going? No power on. No pressure in that or anything else. Still going. Keeps going. Funny thing about all this is, every one of these with plain water with the power turned off has twice the bang gas with the power turned off as with the power on.
Yeah, well, some of these are loud.
With the power off.
Yeah.
More bang with the power off, with no power into it. There's more banging it. Now what we do, if we take this out, what we've got here is a pressure gauge. This pressure gauge, it's a vacuum and a pressure gauge, and what it's set at, I can't get it back up, it is 10 below north.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're ready. let it sit anyway and watch it build up. I'll see it. And we had implosive gas which goes into the water and throws it out. It does not have a flame. I'm here with an open lid. I turn the power on for 3 seconds, I turn it off. I have, when I light it, rushing in. I turn the power back on, 3 seconds, turn it off. I put a match to the top, I get air coming out. I turn the power back on, I turn it back off again, 3 seconds again. I now blow everything to smithereens. Just goes boom! 3 different gases, and you can see the 3 different gases there by each bubble. In the cell here with an open lid, I get implosive, force, and then explosion or implosion. Actually it's implosion, because I have sucked this lid here totally down into there 3 times now, and I've had to knock them back out. On an open cell, I've pulled the centre plate clean up that far out of the water as the implosion went, and I threw electricity right around this whole shed, off the cell when it went. And I'm not going to do that for you now because I've already been cut and shocked and inflamed and sorted me out. Now we're up to 100. Oh, actually 120 because it's 10 over, see? Now, on this, I just put a balloon. I'm going to make sure it's sealed properly. Balloon over the end. Lean on. Build up whatever you want. I know what they're going now. You saw what one bubble does? It's got your own. Very, very yes. Now, to light this, I have to cover my hands because all my hairs and everything else totally non-existent afterwards. Actually, I'll get a bit of paper. Cut your stuff because this balloon is going to do one of 3 things. One is it's going to implode and flame and turn the balloon inside out, and the air is going to take every hair off me or everything else. The second thing, that's if we've got the implosive gas straight off. Secondly, if we've got hydrogen, there will be a big bang and a yellow flame and explosion. Thirdly, there will be another thing which, if it's there, you'll see. I can change the gas, 3 different gases I can get off that cell, to what I want.
You still there, Joe?
Sort of.
Jeez.
That had a yellow flame to it.
Yeah. That was hydrogen.
First off. Second time I'll do it. I just, if you pick it up on there, it's a very big shed, and every one of the sheets of tin just shook.
Well, it rattled. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? And it pulled my eardrums and so on, but my eardrums are still here, so that was explosion hydrogen as well as a little bit of implosion. Get the other stuff. I don't even know where the balloon went. What colour was it? White?
A white one there.
Okay. What we got, this is what's left of the balloon, fragmented, and we've got a frequency in it which is hydrogen. That's a low negative wave. When you get the implosive, it is 100%.
It's ripped.
Yeah, it's the finest buggery.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next time I blow up a balloon, you saw first off, I said before, first off, you get one gas. Second off, you get another gas. Third off, you get another gas.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. I don't know why, but when you get the gas what you want, you can test it by a balloon to see what you got.
Yeah.
But what you do, what you got now, you got to know what comes next.
Yeah.
And then you can draw that gas off.
Yeah.
If you gas, you put a balloon on, you blow it up, you can flame and get the next gas.
Find out which. Yeah.
We'll do it again if you want.
I think we'll save our eardrums.
tube. I'll put this on the weld and that'll do.
Sticky enough.
I know what gas I can get off. This gives you a better degree.
Yeah. That was a different gas altogether, yeah, different bang.
Different gas. We have all the balloon here now this time. And this time we don't have virtually any frequency. Now the next gas, I know what I got, and I'm not going to light one of them.
No.
Because the next turn the balloon inside out, fragment to a million pieces, and flame and pull our eardrums, and I've done it, I've smashed these lights before, so I can pull them out of the roof.
Yeah, forget it.
And these in the inside of the balloon are dry. The next gas that runs the car, when the balloon is fragmented, the balloon is turned inside out. This is the way that balloon was then, out right way up. The balloon is fragmented to a million pieces, and it's turned inside out, and it is soaking wet.
Oh, yeah.
It's condensed the rain.
Yeah.
It's condensed rain. It's made rain. That's what the next gas does, but it is that powerful I can't even fill that amount of the balloon up. So, I've done it before.
We'll cancel that
See
one.
if I can, I've got shit in here, all the minerals and shit what I've used before. I'll see if I can find the balloons. All this shit doesn't do nothing. We've got sulphur powder, urea, bluestone, nitram. Never used that one. That's explosive, very nitram.
Oh, yeah.
For the blow quarries with. We've got magnesium sulphide. There's extra salt. There's caustic soda in here. I don't use the shit. There is sulphate of ammonia.
Epsom salt is available straight off the counter in the chemist shop. Yeah. Bicarb soda in water produces, with a charge on it, produces oxygen. Bicarb soda in plain water, use a magnet, the north end of a magnet, turn it anti-clockwise, produces hydrogen. Oh, yeah?
Potassium nitrate. I cannot make this stuff go off with me.
Potassium nitrate.
Except with the way the scientists do it at school, they teach the kids to go blow mailboxes apart.
Yeah. You make big bangers out of them.
Boron or borax?
Borax, yeah.
I've tried through every one of these things before. I have tried every one of them. I can produce hydrogen, I can produce oxygen, I can produce lightable stuff, non-lightable. I cannot produce anything that runs a car. I can produce anything that puts out anything but a big yellow flame, and you have to pull you pull up to maybe 60 amps to get any bubbles, and then the cell instantly gets hot, no matter what you use. In here happens to be carbide powder. You want to add a drop of water to that? You get acetylene.
Yeah.
That's what produces acetylene. You add a drop of water to that, you get awful big bomb.
Yeah. That's right.
Hydrogen peroxide of 130 volume, 35%. Never used it, brand new. That's all I have. That's all I've tried. There's balloons everywhere around the floors which have different paint. Like off the cell, I've totally fragmented paint as well. Now, I can do this anyway. High positive frequency comes out. It's out of mine. See that little hook? That little hook is my gene line. if you know what a gene line is.
Yeah.
My children, to tell if they're my children, you can do a blood test or you can do a test with a balloon. My children, if I get them to blow up a balloon, I've got a daughter and a son, and I get them to blow off a balloon, their frequency out here will be a little bit different, but that there is 100% identical, and you can grab their balloon and sit it over that. If he does one, you do one, anybody else does one, they'll all be different. You'll never get one to sit back over there unless it is from the same gene.
Remarkable.
And I've done this with thousands of people and I can prove it. Now, if he blows one up and I put a bit of spit on my finger and I touch him,
Yeah.
what he gets in the balloon when he blows it up is his frequency and two of mine. Two of these mine. Why? I don't know, but two of those are my children being transferred through the acid spit off my tongue onto my finger and touch him for 1 split second.
Yeah.
And if you were a negative field person and I just come along, put a bit of spit on and I touch your hand, you blow up a balloon, you now can blow it up where a minute ago as a negative person you couldn't even light it. You'd burn a hole through it and it'd go fizz down. Then now you can light it. Now, I've got balloons. If you have a sickness or a disease or anything else, it's a low negative field and it'll put a wave or a striker point. Waves, no high frequency pitches, little M's. I can hold that, depends on where you blow it up, I can hold it up to your body, and if you have a disease from halfway down and you blow the balloon up aiming downwards, the rip across the balloon like that will show it up, and I can tell you that you, without even knowing you, I can tell you that you've got a disease from there down. I can tell you